Hi, Richard Brook here. So I'm going to talk to you today about chakras. So occasionally I feel like I get downloads of information. It's not something I can switch on and off. And I don't mean downloads of information like someone gives me the information in a book or via the internet, but more that it just kind of appears in my head. So yesterday morning I got up and I meditated and I was feeling super clear. And while I was meditating, it's almost like I get like a manual or a narrative or a description of something to do with this particular aspect of the body-mind. And it's actually quite strange that it happened yesterday, because the night before I actually was feeling a bit ragged and I went out and had a drink, which was quite bizarre because I don't normally do that. But somehow it seemed to clear something up in me. I felt much better the next morning. And off we go. So I think cutting loose sometimes is essential to kind of clear space. So got a bit frustrated the week before. Frustration tends to build up in the liver, and when that happens it tends to block your sense of vision and insight. So I think going out, having a little bit of a drink, giving my liver a little bit of work to do, not too much, just had the one drink, it kind of helped to clear something in me, and then next morning, bang on, lots of clarity. So what I'm actually going to talk to you about, or the particular insight I was getting, was actually about how chakras kind of operate on a spectrum between our earthbound frequency and that of our connection to our soul or spirit essence, if you like. And each chakra, and the continuation between the base chakra and the crown chakra, has got a different, I guess what I'd call like an intermix ratio of the quality of earth and the quality of spirit. And depending on the particular ratio of form of earth and spirit in each chakra, it influences how we experience that particular faculty within us. And I guess there's a perfect archetype for each chakra. So depending on the clarity and almost like the quality of the mixture of earth and spirit in each chakra, will depend how optimized it is. So I'll go on and explain, and that might become a bit clearer as I go along. So we'll start with the base chakra. So in essence, our base chakra, it connects us, for example, 100% to the earth. So the base chakra is responsible for you feeling aware and conscious of your physical surroundings. So when your base chakra is operating optimally, you will clearly feel a connection to the earth underneath you. So you'll feel 100% connected to the ground, and the vibration of the earth will be coming through into the body. So you'll be able to negotiate clearly your connection to the ground underneath. So the earth energy is coming up from underneath, the spirit energy is coming down from above. So what happens then is, by the time we come up to the second chakra, if we carry on using the percentage idea, we could think of, by the time you get to the second chakra, it's a bit further up the body, the earth energy dissipates slightly and is influenced a little bit more by your spirit energy, which is coming down from the top. So we could think the second chakra is 85% earth energy, if you like, with some spirit energy, like maybe 15% spirit energy that's come down through the body and reached that far down. So how we'll experience that internally in health and in balance is that you will experience your sense of connection to the earth, but it will be flavoured with the impulse and intelligence of your spirit to some degree. So unlike the base chakra, which allows us to negotiate our physical environment, and move around obstructions, in a very grounded way, the second chakra is influenced by the impulse of your spirit. So there will be intention and impulse behind your actions. So because the spirit essence in there is actually quite small, we might not always be able to consciously discern why that impulse comes, because it's very earthy. So it might just be you get an impulse to go somewhere or an impulse to do something, and you just have to follow that. So it'll be a creative impulse that moves through the body, So yeah, that's the second chakra. So by the time you come to the third chakra, by this point we've got like maybe 70% earth energy, which has become mixed in with about 30% of spirit energy, which has come down from above. So how you will experience this imbalance inside the body will be not only an awareness of how you want to move through the physical environment, but there'll be a much greater sense of clarity of why, because the imposition and influence of your spirit is even more. So maybe you'll see things around you in your physical environment, and the overlay of that, the narrative of that, will be the spirit telling you why you need to take particular actions. So that's why this chakra is all about what you need to assert. So when it's in balance, you'll see things around you, and you'll be conscious of why you need to assert yourself in that direction, maybe why you need to move that way, why you need to do this, like how your story, your individual spirit story, overlays kind of what's going on around you and why you need to move towards it. And so again, obviously that's when it's in balance, and if that chakra's a little bit clogged up or out of balance, as with any of these chakras, it kind of influences that and can taint it. We're now going to skip up to the crown chakra because it's a little bit easier to come back down at this point. So again, if you think of the crown chakra as being 100% connected to your soul and spirit energy, by which it doesn't really have form, so that is something that we sense on a very subtle level. It's an essence basically. So by the time you come down to your third eye, sixth chakra, what you've got there, obviously, you've got the influence of some of the earth energy which has come up to reach your third eye. So this will mean that not only are you interpreting your soul and spirit essence, but when you add a little bit more density to it, the density of the earth allows you to create visualization of what's possible within this physical environment, because there's enough earth, there's enough influence of density and tangibility for you to put form to what your essence is. So your soul essence creates the blueprint and holds the blueprint for the capacities and skills that you've got. So when it intersects at the third eye with enough tangibility of what is happening around you on an earth level, it creates visualizations and ideas for what's possible for you to do in this environment. So that's why the third eye is all about having a sense of vision of how to move forwards. Because again, intersection of your spirit on a subtle level with what's possible within your environment around you, which can also be on quite a broad level, so it can be your immediate environment right around you, or actually the broader environment, which can maybe spread right out to the degree perhaps of even what you're capable of doing on this planet. Okay, so when we come down to the throat chakra, fifth chakra, obviously what we've got now, we've got an even greater quantity of earth energy, bringing form and tangibility, connected in again with the spirit energy. So we've maybe got 70% spirit, 30% earth. So what this greater degree of tangibility of earth energy also allows us to do at this chakra is put even greater form and tangibility to what the spirit is guiding us towards, which is how we enable us to articulate and verbalize things. If you think about it, visualization is subtle. Being able to verbalize it is a much more tangible and robust and formed and grounded and earthed capacity. And that's because more earth energy reaches up to the throat. So it allows you to articulate, not just see what you want to do. So top chakra, feel what you want to do. Third eye, see what you want to do. Throat chakra is about being able to articulate and speak it. So again, if you're in perfect balance with that, you'll be able to articulate your truth at that chakra and express what is your truth about what you need to do and what you want to move towards. Okay, so now where things get even more interesting, obviously, is when we hit the middle chakra, the heart. Because what you've got here, it's the intersection point between your spirit and your earth energy. So it's 50-50 if you like. So this is really important, because when something resonates in your heart chakra, in this moment, in this environment, it means it's like, that kind of junction of where your spirit is meeting what's possible within this physical environment. So on the crown, third eye and throat, it can still be things that kind of exist as possibility. But by the time you feel it in the heart, it means there's enough earth energy present that it's a tangible, significant a situation, and it means it's happening now. So when you feel something in the heart, it means it's happening right now. There's enough oomph in this physical environment for it to have meaning also to your spirit. So it's really important for you to notice when you feel something in the heart. And obviously the other side of that is that, I was saying about when you experience things in the top 3 chakras, it just exists as possibility. Similarly, when things just exist in the bottom 3 chakras, it can be stuff that just maybe exists in the physical environment around you, but doesn't quite connect to the spirit. So again, but when it hits the heart, it's got those 2 things happening. So you've really got to try and watch for things that stimulate you on the heart level. And I mentioned a little bit about when chakras are in and out of balance. So obviously I'm talking about the perfect archetype of how each chakra will have this lovely ratio of combined qualities when it's in health. But obviously we get situations where chakras get clogged up, they get tainted, they get damaged, they get shut down. And then it means obviously we might not see quite as clearly or be able to perceive that faculty quite as accurately as we need to. If the earth energy that's coming up from beneath is all tainted as it passes through one chakra to the next, then you might not be accurately perceiving what the terrain is that you're actually living in. If your crown chakra's all clogged up, you might not be accurately perceiving the possibilities of your spirit working the way down through the body. So there's a myriad of different therapies and things out there to do which enable your body to heal and clear chakras. I guess in a yogic context, whenever you manipulate the spine in yoga, working, it moves discordant energy out of the different organs, and that also clears the chakra system. Walking on clear earth, getting your shoes off, walking on earth that is untainted will enable your base chakra to kind of realign to the physical terrain. Doing exercises which, again, this is something perhaps more from the yogic side, meditation, things which help to expand the upper chakras, they will bring you closer to what your soul and spirit essence is. But basically, any healing modality will have an impact on one chakra or another. You've just got to try and figure out the ones which really work for you. So there you go. I hope that makes some sense. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.